What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to This Is Forgo. And today I want to talk about an upcoming game that is very much related to King of Fighter All-Star, which is King of Fighters Arena. Now, this is another game that Netmarble is going to be releasing in about 5 days, which isn't far from now. And a lot of people have been asking me, Forgo, are you going to play the game? Are you interested in the game? Well, the thing about this game, this particular game, is that it has NFTs in it. And for any of you that are familiar with NFTs, they can be pretty shady. It's a very easy way for companies to monetize what they're actually getting or giving to you. And there can be some pretty shady dealings in it. So a lot of people don't really care for it, right? There's a big negative connotation, especially with gamers, concerning NFTs in our games. But when you pull up the game and you take a look at this trailer that they have for it, you're going to notice some similarities between the game that we already play and this one right here. Like big similarities. I mean, the game looks almost just like our game. It's a little bit different, a little bit. That looks identical. That looks identical to what we have, right? Now, I want to back up a little bit. I just want to take a look at this here. So this is what our gameplay looks like. And this here looks like more or less our PG bar, right? This looks like our PG bar. Obviously, this is our live. And then they got 3 skills here, just like what we have in our own game. You have your basic attacks, you have your dodge, you have your guard, right? You got your max mode. I mean, you have your supers, you have your switching between your characters. I think this is going to be more of a PvP centric game, and maybe PvP wise, it'll be pretty awesome. Some people don't really care about NFTs and they'll be like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to have a good old time and enjoy the game. But it's like the spitting image of King of Fighter All-Star. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. And honestly, as a Kofus player, when I see something like this, I'm just kind of like, you already have King of Fighter All-Star. Why don't you just improve upon that game? You're using the same IP and you're using the same characters. You already have a fan base that plays King of Fighter All-Star for you. What makes you think that people are going to want to jump into this game? I mean, I know there are some players out there that would, and that's cool. I might even play it a little bit. I might check it out, right? I mean, it's going to be coming out, guys, shortly. It's not going to be long before this game is supposedly going to be released, according to Netmarble. But it's pretty much the same thing that we already have. I mean, I would really rather them focus their attention on improving Kofus, right? A game that gets tons and tons of collaborations, a game that brings in so many cool characters and so many cool concepts. And it's just, I don't know, it kind of rubs a Kofus player the wrong way when they see something like this, because we're just thinking, well, this is the same thing that we already have. It's just, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's very, very similar. And who's to say that the servers for this game are going to be better when it comes to PvP? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe they had to change the encoding in order for it to be really good, right? Maybe they had to do that. And maybe for a lot of PvP players, they're going to want to jump in there and they're going to want to play this. But aesthetically, it looks like what we already have, right? I mean, it's just, right? It's the same thing. I mean, and this here, guys, I mean, come on now. This looks identical to what we have in our game. Like, it's almost like they copy and pasted a bunch of things from Kofus and put it in King of Fighters Arena, right? It's like the secondhand game, if you will. So, I mean, even the text is the same, right? Coming soon in 2022, and then we have an actual date, right? They're claiming the 28th. Now, I don't know if this is going to change or whatnot, but the 28th, guys, that's only, 5 days from now, right? So, I mean, it's interesting to me. It really is. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. On one hand, I'm kind of like, this is just a copy and paste of what we already have. You should just improve King of Fighter All-Star. Period. That's just how I feel about it. But then there's another side of me. It's like, I always want to see new games come out, especially with an IP like King of Fighter. I want to see the popularity of them grow. But when I look at it from that perspective, I'm just thinking, well, I mean, if you just make King of Fighters better for more players, right? Then more players would want to play it. And you would increase the popularity of the IP. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's really, really strange to me. It kind of looks more like a cash grab, but I don't really think it's much of a cash grab because King of Fighters, let's be real, guys. It's a big IP for us and for fight fans, but for like the general gamer out there, a lot of them don't know who these characters are, right? For a lot of players out there, they just don't know who these characters are. So when you already have a game like King of Fighter All-Star that already has all these characters in it and then has tons and tons of collaboration on top of it, you know, more players would probably want to drift towards a King of Fighter All-Star game because they get to play with a lot of collaboration characters on top of the King of Fighter characters. Whereas I don't know how this game, if they're going to do collaborations, if they're going to bring in other characters, but it really just seems a lot of the same old, at least in my humble opinion. Now, if you guys are interested in playing this game, I'll put a link to the website if you guys want to do an early registration for the game. I probably will. I might check it out. I'm not going to spend any money in this game. I'm just going to, maybe I'll fill it out and, you know, see what it's all about. I'm really, really busy, honestly, with my work and all the games I play as it is, but you know, we'll see. You know, I don't really like the NFT thing. It's very, like I said, guys, it's an easy way for them to monetize. It can be very, very shady, guys. And I mean, there's been some shady dealings in certain games. In some games, it seems like, you know, some players are pretty much okay with it. But it's really going to depend on your opinion, on how you feel about it. But let me know what you guys think about King of Fighter Arena. Are you interested in playing the game? Do you agree or disagree with some of the things that I've said? And please let me know down in the comments why you would disagree or why you would agree. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. T2+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.